What's up, everyone? This is episode 11, the accessories episode. So I talked in the beginning how I would do one where I'd kind of go over what I use and stuff like that, stuff that you might can get to help you out. So that's what we're going to do in this episode. Shouldn't take long. It's very easy, very simple. Okay, one thing that I use is when you think about puzzling, you try to think about setup, right? Like, where am I going to put the puzzle? You know, what's the best way for me to work on it, or place for me to work on it? Me in particular, I just do it right on my, typically on my coffee table, right in front of my couch, where this phone is right now, because I kind of tend to enjoy doing it while watching TV and stuff, doing the puzzle and stuff. So this is where I typically do it. The coffee table for me is like barely big enough though, but it works. But you can find any surface, of course, you know, if that's pretty simple, you know, any kind of table, or, you know, particularly a hard surface of some kind. But if you want to try to keep the puzzle pieces stationary and to keep them from sliding around, or the puzzle from sliding around as you're working on it and stuff like that, you can get a cloth mat like this. This is what I use. It's very big. You can probably work a 2,000 plus puzzle on this piece of cloth. It's made by Ravensburger. If you recall the puzzles that some of the puzzles I talked about, and it comes with this roller. Okay, it kind of just the pieces snap together. It comes in like a little box with the cloth, the roller, and some elastic ties or placeholders, whatever. I currently don't know where those are, so because I rarely use this. This is for if you wanted to roll up, say you started working on the puzzle but you needed to transport it, whether it's to another place, or if you just want to store it temporarily to keep it out of the way. You can take the cloth, you know, I mean, you have it out on the cloth, and you can use this and literally roll it and roll the puzzle up on here, and it will hold it in place the way you had it. That way you know, can transport it or store it or something for a short period of time or whatever, to keep it from getting damaged. And the ties, of course, would be to hold it on and lock it in, to hold it in place while you stored it or moved it or whatever. So this is a pretty good investment. For me, I mostly invested in it for the cloth, so that I can lay the cloth out, put the puzzle on it, and the pieces stick, you know, will stay to it and won't move and won't slide around like on a slick surface of a table or something like that. So that's one thing that I use to try to keep the puzzle in place and keep from moving. There are tables that you can buy specifically for puzzles. It's some that I think you can even put a chair at and work from, stuff like that, like stand-up tables that sit in an angle. I considered doing that at one time, but they are kind of pricey. But if you're willing to throw the money at it, by all means. If that makes you feel a little bit easier doing it, it gives a solid place for it to stay and be without being messed with, probably. Or if you just like to sit comfortably, you know, trying to work on one, that's probably a good way to go. From what I have seen, I think they range from around 75 bucks to 150 plus. So just all on what you want to get, and you know, and whether you want to pay for it. But so once you get the puzzle together, and you're getting ready to display. I recommend you can get this, and the mat and stuff, the Ravensburger, you can either buy it from Ravensburger, or I think I bought this from like Walmart. I'm pretty sure Walmart and like your like Hobby Lobby and stuff like that carry it. But also I recommend going and getting you some puzzle guard. Alright, this is some clear basically like glue that you spread on the puzzle. If you just want to, you can just spread it across one side. If you know, it will hold up with just a spread across just one side. Typically, if you're going to do one side, do the actual picture side. I recommend that because it does give a little bit of a shiny glaze to it and helps bring out the color. It's almost like putting a finish, like a finish coat on your, you know, a paint job or something like that, a clear coat of sorts. It's kind of like that. It brings out the colors really well and preserves it. It helps to seal the puzzle up and make it solid, so that you can actually put it in a display or something like that. I actually usually cover both front and back to make sure that it's nice and solid, and it just, you know, to make sure even the back won't get damaged or wear with time. So this is a very good investment. The bigger size, this is the bigger size. There is a smaller one that's like just in a square or like a cube shape. This one, I say get both, and reason why I say that, I don't understand why, but for some reason on the big one here, if you see, this stuff is very like thin, kind of little watery, but it's not too bad. It's got a very thin, small spatula of sorts to spread it across the puzzle. But the cube one comes with this one. Alright, so I bought the cube one just to get this with it, because this is, if you can tell, this is about twice the size, or three times the size of the, well, 4 times. It's a lot bigger as far as spreading across the puzzle. So that's the reason why I say you get the smaller one. You can buy this. I bought the smaller one the first time when I first did the hot air balloon one, and because I was wanting to test it, I had never used it before. So I bought the small one. I think the small one pretty much will last for about 2 puzzles, depending upon whether you just do one side or both. If you're just doing one side, you can probably spare it across 3 or 4 puzzles. If you are doing both sides, 2 to 3. This will go for much more. It's about twice as much as this is an 8 ounce. I think the small one's a 4 ounce. So this will do about double. But for some reason they put kind of a sucky spreader with it. So if you want the better spreader, get the smaller one, and then get you, if you really are getting into doing multiple puzzles and you need a lot, then go get you the bigger 8 ounce bottle. So yes, that's really good stuff. Like I said, it seals up the puzzle, hardens it so that you can put it in a frame and display it. The frames that I use are just your typical basic puzzle poster frames that you can buy at like Walmart or something. The only thing you have to do is measure out the puzzle, because puzzles do come in different sizes. They're not all the same size. It depends upon, even though they may have the same amount of pieces, they can be different sizes. So keep that in mind. Measure it out. Go find, you know, the measurement you need for a frame, and stay cheap as possible on the frames. That's my biggest suggestion there. So anyways, that's about it. It's simple, all I do. So the mat to help you keep it stationary, keep it in place, store it if needed, and then go get you some glue. Like I said, you can get this at Walmart. I'm pretty sure Hobby Lobby and places like that also have it. Yep, that's it. And you're framing, and then place it. Find somewhere to put it. That's about all. I'm sure there probably are other alternative glues and guards and stuff like that. But that's what I use. I try to keep it simple, and so that's pretty much it. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope that kind of helps you out. You can go get these things to help you and maybe make it a little bit easier on your adventure puzzling. So thank you for watching, and until the next one, see ya.